He's 33, as we mentioned. Even if you're 53, 63, we saw Howard Schnellenberger take the reins at one point. It didn't work out there. So why will it work for Lincoln Riley, and how prepared is he to uphold the tradition and the history of Oklahoma football?
It's hard to say, why will it work because we haven't seen much yet. But it was very interesting talking to people. I think of the people I talked to, 3 or 4 guys said, he hasn't been here long, but he really understands what this program is about, and that's not always the case. I think he went in there and really just embraced the culture, embraced the place, got really involved in the town of Norman. He has 2 young kids, and I think his family has really gotten involved there. And he's from not too far away. He's from West Texas, which obviously, it isn't hop in the car and be there in 45 minutes, but it's the same region. He has that familiarity with, I don't even know what you want to call that area, the southern Midwest. He knows the landscape, knows the culture, knows that football first attitude, that's in those small towns. So I think he really is, in a way, getting back to his geographic roots when he came to Oklahoma. So from what I can tell, he really embraced what's going on there. And why wouldn't you when you're working for Bob Stoops at a program that's had so much success? And I guess we'll have to see, how that goes going forward.
Well, that's the question that I would have. It's a program that has had so much success. These are big shoes to fill in Bob Stoops. How patient will the Sooners be here with him? I mean, there's really nowhere to go but down. It seems a consecutive 11-win seasons. That's a lot to ask of a young coach. Are they going to be extremely patient with him, or if things start to go wrong and they're a little worse than they were under Stoops all those years, do they react quickly to that?
I think the answer everyone's going to give you is they'll be patient. They'll give him time. You can't say, we hired this guy and we're going to have him on a short rope. I do think that, hiring one of their own means they are comfortable with the fact that he's going to be able to accelerate that timeline in terms of making the team his, because he's been there for 2 years. He knows the system. He's not trying to impose major changes at all. So I think that does mean they expect this to sort of be as seamless of a transition as possible. At the same time, they know this is his first job. They know he's young. This could be a little bumpy this season. That said, he's returning a lot of talent. He's got he's got the quarterback coming back who was his guy for these last 2 seasons when he really was the guy who turned around Oklahoma's offense. You look at the team before Riley got there in 2014, and I think they were 26th in the country in total offensive yardage, which is fine, but it's not the numbers Oklahoma expects. In the last 2 years, they've been, I think they were number 3 last year. They've been top 10 the last 2 years with him there. He came in and rejuvenated this offense. So I think he deserves some of the credit for the last 2 seasons, a lot of the credit, which is to say I don't know why that would necessarily change drastically next year.